Have you ever written a sentence that just feels a little off? You can't quite put your finger on it, but something doesn't sound right. Well, the secret to making your writing flow is often this one little thing: subject-verb agreement. Think of it like getting the harmony right in a song. Today, we're going to learn how to do just that. So let's just jump right into the deep end with a real head-scratcher. How can both of these sentences be correct? I mean, committee feels like one thing, a singular thing, right? So how can it sometimes take a plural verb like are? This is the kind of thing that trips up everybody. But by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly why this works. Okay, so before we can solve that big puzzle, we've got to go back to the basics. This is the absolute foundation of subject-verb agreement, the main rule that everything else is built on. And here it is. The core idea is actually super simple. If your subject is one thing, its verb has to be singular. If your subject is more than one thing, its verb has to be plural. It's really that straightforward. One to one, many to many. That's the harmony. Now here's where it gets a little interesting when you see it laid out like this. Look at the verb. With the singular subject, she, the verb gets an S. It becomes plays. But with the plural subject, they, the S is gone. It's just play. It feels kind of backward, doesn't it? But just remember this. In English, that little S on a verb often signals a singular subject. All right, so we've got simple subjects down. But what happens when you start linking subjects together? Let's check out the rules for when you connect subjects with words like and or. Usually, when you join two subjects with and, you're creating a plural. Makes sense, right? Ram and Sham, that's two people, so of course, they are friends. But, and this is where English loves to be tricky, look at that exception, bread and butter. Even though they're two things, we're talking about them as a single dish, one idea. So we treat it as singular. Bread and butter is my favorite. It's all about context. Okay, pop quiz. Your turn. Take a look at this sentence. You've got a singular subject, teacher, and a plural one, students, connected by or. So what's the right verb here? Should it be is or are? Think about it for a second. And here's the answer. It's something called the proximity rule. Sounds fancy, but all it means is the verb agrees with whatever subject is right next to it. It's all about being close. So in that first sentence, students is closer, so we use the plural are. But if we flip them, teacher is closer, so we use the singular is. Simple as that. All right, now we're getting into the stuff that causes the most headaches: collective nouns and indefinite nouns. This is where most of the mistakes happen, and it's also where we're going to find the answer to that committee puzzle from the start. And there it is. This solves our mystery. A word like team or committee can be singular or plural. It all depends on how the group is behaving. If the team is acting as one single unit altogether, well, it's singular. The team is winning. But if the members of the group are acting like a bunch of individuals, arguing with each other, then it becomes plural. The team are arguing. It's all about whether they're acting as one or as many. Now, these guys, indefinite pronouns, can be a little confusing too, but the rules are pretty straightforward. Words like everyone or each, they feel kind of plural, but grammatically, you have to treat them as singular. Think of it like you're talking about each one person. So, everyone is happy. On the other side, words like many or few are always plural. No exceptions there. Okay, let's keep digging into these tricky subjects. Now we're going to talk about things that look plural, usually because they end in an S, but are actually singular. These are great traps to fall into. This is a fantastic little cheat sheet. Yeah, The Three Musketeers has 3 guys in it, but it's the title of one book, so it is a famous novel. Mathematics is one field of study. 10 kilometers is one single distance, and honesty is one concept. See the pattern? Even though they look plural, they're all functioning as a single unified idea. So we've gone over a bunch of rules, some of them a little tricky. But what if I told you there's one master key, one single tip that, if you can remember it, will solve probably 90% of the subject-verb issues you will ever come across? Check out this sentence. It's so easy to get this wrong. Your eyes see the word flowers right before the verb. And flowers is plural, so your brain immediately wants to say are, right? It's a classic trap. But here's the secret. You have to ask yourself, what is actually beautiful? Is it the flowers individually, or is it the bouquet as a whole? It's the bouquet. That's your true subject. And bouquet is singular. The little phrase of flowers is just extra information. It's a distraction. You have to learn to see past those distractions and connect the verb to its true subject. This right here, This is the whole ballgame. Train your brain to ignore the stuff in the middle. Find the main noun that's actually doing the thing and make sure your verb agrees with that noun. Don't let those other words fool you. Seriously, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Master the art of finding the true subject. It's the most powerful tool you have. It cuts through the confusion and will give you so much more confidence in your writing. So there you have it. It's not about memorizing a million different rules. It's about understanding the relationship, the harmony, between the core parts of your sentence. Find the subject, match the verb. Now that you know the secret, go take a look at something you've written. I bet you'll start to see these little harmonies and maybe a few clashing notes all over the place. Thanks for tuning in.